Yo, what's up guys? It's Elite Npen here, and today I'm going to be talking about how to prepare yourself for FNCS and, what kind of playstyle works for this meta and, what I'm going to do personally as well. So make sure to like and sub and enjoy the video, boys. Personally, I think there's definitely different playstyles for how each of the rounds work. Opens, obviously, depending on what caliber player you are, it might be a little bit easier to drop a big key game at the beginning and then play a couple more games out and get some wins and then, qualify that way. And you can easily get off early or try to win opens depending on what you want to do. But then when it gets to semis, it's also not that bad for better players. You can definitely qualify with ease if you're a solid player. You got to be careful because you can always mess up. You never want to mess around too much just in case you troll and then it comes down to your last two games. For a round like that, you don't want to risk something like that, especially since now it's only 2 qualifier weeks and they're both like within the same week. You can't really mess up or else you won't make it to heats. So you can't have one of the qualifiers where you don't even make it out of quarters or else each could be over for you. But when it comes down to semis, I think playing how you would in like a round 1 cash cup if you're in a higher elo is definitely the best. You want to make sure you're making it to end game, but you don't want to die too early end game. You don't want to die and have like a 20-minute game or an 18-minute game where you get 1 or 2 points, because that can be killer. Trying to make it end game, not keying too much. You gotta realize that it's not really over until it's over. You can always bring it back, just how the elo works and stuff. You want to keep a good mental the whole time because you can always get more points. Maybe get lucky and qualify, or push yourself up a few spots and make it into heats if you don't make it in the finals. With this meta especially, fighting is probably not the best strat mid game because of how easily you can die. The skill gap's kind of been lowered with SMGs and all these guns that you can get 200 to 0 in half a second with. So fighting mid game and taking mid game fights can be honestly more detrimental to your game than just playing for end game is, because if you end up keying when you have good loot, you die mid game and then you get in the next game and you get scuffed off spawn, then you've wasted 20 minutes, which is pretty much a whole game on nothing, on no points, which is just as bad as dying in a half zone or something, getting no points. With this meta, with the new heavy shotgun, it's kind of hard to say what the meta is going to be without playing these next few cash cups. The heavy seems like it could be good, but it's also kind of random. So I think if you're a player with questionable aim, I feel like the heavy might honestly be better. You can kind of gamble on hitting those shots and hitting good damage from really far away. I think if you have good aim with shotguns, sticking to the striker is probably the wave. Obviously carrying an SMG is still crucial. I think SMGs are gonna be broken the whole time. And now with Spider-Man nerfed, you don't necessarily need to carry Spider-Man. It's definitely still viable. Using cars mid-game, quad crashers when they get fixed mid-game are gonna be huge. They're gonna be really easy to rotate with. You can get far distances with quad crashers and make up for lost time if you're looting too long or something like that. So quad crashers, once they get buffed again, or once they get fixed rather, are gonna be really good. And I think Spider-Mans also are one of those crutch mobility item, like shadow floppers were, like stuff like that, where if you abuse it the right way, it can just, you can be a lot better than you are depending on your skill level. Using that is definitely crucial. To prepare beforehand for FNCS, I think going into it, you definitely want to know where you're dropping. I think just going around into FNCS and not really trying to fix your mistakes is going to be killer. So these cash cups, these round 2 cash cups as well, are definitely the practice that you need to take seriously before FNCS, because the end goal is FNCS, so you don't want to just joke around in the cash cups and then FNCS comes and think you're gonna magically pop off. You got to fix your mistakes, practice what you're bad at, figure out where you're dropping, make a drop map if that's what you need. If you know how to drop for something already and you don't need a drop map, use your time elsewhere. Try to figure out what you're doing wrong. If you don't have a duo yet, there's always places to look. Find the right duo within these next few weeks and get ready. But yeah guys, that's pretty much it for the video. I'm really excited for this FNCS. I definitely think it's a different meta on a whole new map, so there's a lot to shake up. I think with how the meta is, we're gonna see a lot of new players as well as a lot of different players dominating from what it used to be. It's gonna be the people who can adapt the quickest, adapt the best. And so if this is a season where you think you've fallen behind or you're trying to make a name for yourself, this is definitely the season for you. A lot of people are not too happy with the meta and not grinding, so if you put in the time and you grind, you can definitely overtake a lot of those people that aren't grinding. So yo guys, make sure to check out all of Elite's socials down below in the description. I wish everyone the best of luck and I hope you enjoyed the video.